Opening. Picture this, you're surrounded by over 20 aggressive young men in a dark parking lot. They're looking for trouble, and you're outnumbered 20 to 1. Most people would panic, run, or prepare for the beating of their life. But what if I told you there's a way to not only survive this scenario, but to send all 20 of them running without throwing a single punch? This actually happened to me in Orange County, California, and it perfectly demonstrates the power of psychological tactics over physical force. Mental tactics, physical force. Section 1, the setup. It was a beautiful Friday evening in Anaheim Hills, an upscale area of Orange County. I'd been at an exclusive event called the Wild Game Feed and returned to my martial arts dojo around 8:30 p.m. to check on the evening children's class. My dojo was in an upscale strip mall, beautifully lit with floor-to-ceiling windows. You could see about 50 children and a few adults inside working on mental training exercises with one of my top instructors, Sensei. As I got out of my vehicle, a concerned parent ran out to tell me there were bands of young men coming in and out of the school, asking for the sensei. That would be me. They'd been coming from behind the building, and he didn't feel safe leaving his child there. When trouble comes looking for you. Section 2, entering the lion's den. I went around to investigate and found the entire back parking area filled with beautifully modified Honda racing cars. Under a single streetlight, I could see over 20 young men milling around, admiring each other's vehicles. It looked like a car club meet. Then someone spotted me emerging from the dark parking area. It's him. It's the sensei of the school. Within seconds, they'd formed a circle around me, the absolute worst tactical position you can be in. Surrounded 20 to 1. Now, I had two choices: panic and likely get hurt, or take control of their minds before they could act on whatever brought them here. I chose to become their psychological tour guide. First rule when outnumbered: show no fear. Project power regardless of the numbers. I immediately asked who their leader was, and a young man stepped forward. Good, now everyone's looking at the authority figure, not planning individual attacks. Section 3, the psychological game begins. Before he could take control of the conversation, I launched into my strategy. I started talking about car clubs from my youth, how we'd cruise around looking for girls, showing off our modified Volkswagens. But then I shifted the narrative. Of course, this was before Vietnam, where I was killing people. I watched their faces carefully. Some chuckled nervously. Good, they were following my mental tour. Control the narrative. I asked to see their cars, asked about weapons, treating them like fellow enthusiasts while painting myself as someone with a very dangerous past. Then I looked directly at their leader. I asked about his heritage, whether his family had been affected by the Vietnam War. I swear, I killed someone who looked just like you. I almost never forget a face I've had in my rifle scope. Now, I wasn't being racist or making assumptions about all Vietnamese people. I was creating a personal, historical connection that would make him see me as more than just a martial arts instructor. I was becoming someone from his family's past, someone dangerous and unpredictable. Section 4, the power demonstration. Just then, two of my students emerged from the dojo, Dante and Courtney, both very muscular and intimidating looking. The circle shifted into a semicircle, and someone said, "The sensei's going to sick his black belts on us." I laughed. Hell no. If I wanted to kick all your butts, I'm selfish, I wouldn't share that fun. They tensed up, some getting into fighting stances, thinking I was about to attack. True power is control. Instead, I said, "Let me show you what real power is." Then I called out, "Dante, Courtney." They responded, "Yes, Sensei." I ordered them to turn around, sit down, and don't look back. They immediately complied. I turned to the 20 men surrounding me. "Gentlemen, that is power. The ability to have people trust you completely, even when they can't see what's happening. That's what we all have access to, but only if you know how to use it." Section 5, the Situational Awareness Lecture. Then I shifted into teacher mode. "Does anyone have the time?" Someone answered. Good. Now, how long have you all been surrounding me? About 10 minutes. Excellent. Here's a lesson in situational awareness. Teaching in the moment. Do you know how many cars have passed by, seeing you all surrounding me? I've counted 56 cars, and every driver noticed this very unusual scene. Now, where exactly are we? Anaheim Hills, a very upscale area with a top-notch police department. And you've all been creating quite a spectacle for about 10 minutes now. Time plus location plus visibility equals problem. I could see the mental wheels turning. They were starting to realize they'd made themselves very visible in a wealthy area known for responsive law enforcement. You have about 3 minutes before the entire Anaheim Hills Police Department descends on this scene. I'm sure you don't want them searching your vehicles for guns, drugs, or weapons. Then I stepped close to their leader again. Are you sure you didn't lose family in the war? You look so familiar. Section 6, The Exodus. The combination of time pressure, police threat, and the psychological profile I'd created was too much. Within seconds, they were all running for their cars and speeding away. 20 plus potential attackers, gone without a single punch thrown. Dante and Courtney got up as I walked over. All that was nuts, they said. I replied, remember, a fight begins and ends in your mind. We teach this to our students, so we must walk our talk. I just played tour guide in their minds for a while. Mental tour guide. Section 7, The Lessons. This story illustrates several crucial principles from our Defender Confidence series. Appropriate force. Sometimes the most appropriate force is pure psychology, no physical contact needed. Confidence under pressure, projecting authority even when outnumbered 20-1. Situational awareness. Using environmental factors, location, time, visibility, as weapons. Mental control. Taking charge of the narrative before opponents can organize their thoughts. Authority projection. Demonstrating power through loyalty and trust, not intimidation. The key insight. I didn't defeat 20 people through strength or weapons. I became their psychological tour guide, leading their minds exactly where I wanted them to go. Closing. Remember, the most powerful weapon you have is your mind. When you can control the psychological battlefield, you can defeat any number of opponents without ever raising a fist. Mind over numbers. This story proves that appropriate force can mean zero physical force, and that true confidence comes from preparation, mental, not just physical. Sometimes the best fight is the one where nobody gets hurt, but everyone learns something.